Hey Aries, how are you guys? We're going to do your reading. I already started it because I'm doing a new spread. But I was getting so far in that I wanted to turn on the camera. So we're halfway through clarifying, but let me just go over what we have so far. It's a new spread and I'm not real comfortable with it, so bear with me. If you don't feel like being patient with, me learning a new spread with you, then feel free to click off and onto another video. I hope you'll stay. I think we've got a strong reading here. So, but the main idea or the story that's going on right now for you is, the overview is we've got the Hierophant and the King of Pentacles. So it looks like you possibly are really praying for something. There's something you really, really want, something very traditional. If it's a relationship, it's a very traditional, like maybe it has something to do with the way you were raised. You want something that you have strong beliefs about should be a certain way. The man should be the man, and should act like the man and be the protector, something like that. There's some sort of strong, element of tradition and family and wanting, that dynamic. So it doesn't mean, whether you're the masculine or the feminine. It's like a belief system of, who should provide, who should protect, and and a certain level of respect that comes with it, something like that. And then for what you think, I love this. I think I'm going to love this spread because this can cover everything, but it covers like deep emotions, what's hidden, what you don't realize you feel deep down, and it's coming through so clear. But this is what you think. So this card describes like your conscious mind and your ego and what you think about what's going on. It's kind of like your interpretation of the situation, okay? Your analysis of the situation. So it looks like you're looking at things as what should be a passionate new beginning with this Ace of Wands. I mean, extreme passionate, maybe even tumultuous somewhat, but it looks like what you're seeing is, difficulty, conflict. I mean, look at that volcano. A blow up. Okay, so you're seeing things as, this is not the recognition or respect that you are deserving. And there's an element, too, of feeling like, like almost like if you do this the right way or you handle things a certain way. And remember, this could be roles reversed, but there's some element of feeling like there's a need to control it. Like I'm getting magician energy, like strategizing and stuff, right? Okay, so then we have, if you continue down the same path, this is what you believe will happen. You'll have success, victory, recognition. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of a glitch in this, so not sure exactly how that applies, but a return. Somebody will realize your value and come back. But there seems to be some strategy or some wanting to make things happen instead of, allowing things happen. I feel like I'm offending someone. I hope not, and I'm sorry. Please bear with me because it doesn't read like that. It doesn't read like. There's an element of control, and there's an element of how can I make this happen, and if I do this or this, I can make some element. There's somebody that does feel like they are more in control or should be more in control, and I think there's frustration coming from somebody doesn't see your value and maybe go along with that, something like that. Let's see, let's keep going. So we have, this is how you feel. This is your hidden feelings, okay? So you may not realize this, but what I'm getting or thinking is that the reason you feel conflict or the reason this isn't working or the reason there's a discord is because what you really, really want deep down is for someone to verbally express and show that they love you as much as that you love them. Okay, we're just in the very, very beginning, okay? So I don't have the whole story yet. But we're just working our way through, and hopefully I love this spread. You guys let me know in the comments if you like it. And then we go to what you feel you deserve on an emotional level, to be treated like a king, right? To have full love. So there's a conflict with that. It's almost like this right here almost feels like, well, for everything I do for you, I should be I should be receiving back from you a certain level of respect. And there's something that's not jiving with that somehow. But let's see, with King of Cups, let's get a clarifier on that. What you feel you deserve is to be loved like a King of Cups, to be loved like a king. Probably to be loved by, like we just said, to be loved, look at that. To be loved the way that you love. But it's, unfortunately, we can't make people do or act or, say or feel the way we do. And sometimes it comes at different time frames. So there's the Five of Cups. So with that conflict, with that Emperor card that I, put my finger on, this feels like this was what's causing a lot of disappointment, is that, and I don't know if it's because you're being impatient or sometimes, trying to tweak things just right kind of can repel love, because this is a strong connection. There's a lot of passion. But let's keep going. So this is how you present and express yourself to others. Is the, here it is. There it is right there. The Eight of Coins. So very, focused attention. Let's get a clarifier for it. Very focused, dedicated. I put everything into this. Very precise, and just you give a lot. It's very hard to give a whole lot without being disappointed if you don't get that level back, It's very hard, but it's typically doesn't work like that. So look at that, Knight of Cups. How you present yourself as somebody who works very, very hard to provide, to give, to maybe dote, to pamper, to spoil. Maybe this is an element of spoiling. All right, so then we go to what you are, the parts of yourself that have been determined by the physical circumstance. Okay, so this is like your upbringing, and it's the Ace of Coins. Now, I just got the word spoiled, so for someone here, there might be an element of, maybe you are used to having your way, or used to having people flock to you, or used to being praised. Let's see, what is this Ace of Coin? Ace of Pentacles. Oh, okay, 2 cards came out. The King of Cups in reverse. I'm not sure I'm supposed to take these, and the Nine of Wands. This almost feels like a punishment. Like if you don't get a certain, maybe there was some parenting. I don't know. It feels like if you don't give me enough love, I punish. I don't know. That doesn't really make sense. This person, somebody might take away their giving and only give, like it's circumstantial, or it's what do you call it? It's not even keeled. So possibly somebody grew up with a family dynamic where they were, given and then not given. Like, if you do this, then I'll give you this. And it was kind of like inconsistent giving, maybe by a mother. You're a good boy, you're a bad boy. You're so smart. Well, that wasn't very smart. You're so smart, but don't spread your peanut butter on the bread that way. Something like that. It was like a unsteady praise, or like a punishment for not doing things someone's way. That might be in the past, a history here of that, where it's like, okay, that's fine if you do it. If you don't act the way I want you to, or act the way I, say, then I'm not. Then there's a punishment, and it may not be a tangible punishment. It may be a punishment of silent treatment. It may be a punishment of, I'm not going to buy you that whatever you were looking at, like I said I would, or it's some kind of punishment like that. Looks like that might be causing some of this, beliefs or patterns. Okay, so position 8. Whoa, okay, flipped out the Chariot. Let me see, so position 8 is the Hangman. So the Hangman is somebody who sits back and sees things from a different level or from a different perspective. You guys probably know that. Then the Chariot, clarifying it, which is totally opposite. So this may feel like, kind of like a an inner conflict of, no, I need to hold back. No, I need to make something happen. No, I need to hold back. No, I need to move. No, I need to do this. No, I need to wait. I mean, I'm not sure because that's conflicting. Let's see. Let's get one more on that. What you need to feel secure. Interesting. The Sun, happiness, growth, healing, and avoiding. This person, I feel like this all boils down to expecting a certain amount in return for everything you give. And I don't know who's who. Yeah, but there it is again. It kind of has that feel of somebody uses give and then taking away as a method to get somebody to behave. And it's kind of like giving with a closed hand. Here, I want to give you this, but not for nothing. As long as you behave, right? If you don't behave, then there's a pullback, something like that. And then 9, this is probably not going to be very popular. I hope it helps somebody grow. Or it may just point out what your, person is doing. So what you expect from the future for this situation, it looks like drama. Queen of Wands in the Tower. Could be dealing with a Sag. Fire signs. We've also got Leo, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Pisces. Cancer. Aries. And Leo. But anyway, so this is what you expect. This is what you think's happening. I'm wondering if somebody's, causing, it's like pushing a sleeping bear, like poking a sleeping bear. It's like you just want a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. It's like maybe a lack of self-control. Like I want, like, who's the Violet and Willy Wonka, she turned violet. Remember that? But Daddy, I want it. It's like somebody just can't sit back and just be comfortable with letting things play out. They just feel like they have to force getting what they want. And for a lot of you, I don't really feel like this is the Aries. I feel like, I don't know. I'm getting a lot of cross-watcher energy, so don't get mad at me. Okay, let's ask some more detailed question. What do you guys think about that spread? I think it was a very, very clear story. Let's see if we can get some advice for Aries. Wow. So the 5 of Swords, that's major conflict. So this looks like, I would guess if this is happening to you, that would be to stand up for yourself. That's interesting. More on that. What's the 5 of Swords? Wow. You saw it. It was walking away. Maybe lay down the law and be ready to walk. Say, I'm not doing this. I'm not being treated this way. To put your foot down type thing. Tell me one more on the 5 of Swords. I love you, but I'm not going to be treated this way is what that felt like. What's next? This person, I don't think this person's going to let you go, though. I really don't. It's not, this is maybe like being tested, like, okay, you push too far and it's not going to work, because almost like if I keep allowing this, it's just going to get worse and worse, because it's never enough. It's the poking the bear, you know. So this person might have to get knocked down off their high horse. Wow, Wheel of Fortune. Something, I feel like there's maybe something also with money. This person, tell me more about that. And I'm going to pull an oracle. The oracles will tie it all together. So there's, looks like spying. And also truth and victory after battle. Do not give up with whatever you're working on that's important to you, because you're about to get a change, like a change in the wind. The Wheel of Fortune, things are about to start turning. And I feel like somebody could, some negative situation could beat you down, whereas somebody needs an ego check here. And I don't know if it's you or them. And I feel like most of you that watch tarot are all, you know, very willing to and open to hearing messages where even we need to grow or we need to do something different. I really don't feel the majority of this is Aries. In fact, I'm getting a lot of Taurus, and I'm going to do Taurus next. But somebody here needs to put their foot down and stand up for themselves. And I almost, it just feels like sabotage. That's what it feels like. Like, is it somebody, like, if I do this, this, and this, if I give you this, this, and this, then you have to stay with me, or almost even like build somebody up and then tear them down, or pull the rug out, something like that. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it's like it's a tangled web. Yeah, there's control here. Look at this, Tree of Life. Somebody doesn't want to let somebody else go, so they give, but then they expect. Yeah. They expect to be like worshipped or praised or something. Two of Wands. Oh, the Moon. I also feel like this person, because of there's a heavy upbringing element here of somebody's upbringing and like the control. There's a control. They've been taught, I give you this, then you do this. I do this, you do this. But we are outgrowing those mindsets. We have the internet now. We have other people to talk to. We have examples of what toxic relationships are, and we know better. We know better than to follow toxic, the whole respect your elders thing. That in respect your elders, so should you respect your elders if they're gaslighting you or manipulating or abusing you? Doesn't that put a child in a position of, what kind of abuse? So we're kind of debunking a lot of traditional BS. But I feel that heavy here. I also feel like somebody might try to get a hook in someone else by giving, and maybe even making somebody dependent on them. There's the Sun card. Instead of letting them grow, keeping them maybe isolated. So let me pull some, I just feel a lot of strategy, and I'm torn because I feel like, this reading is coming out as it's you doing this manipulation, and maybe it is for some of you. That doesn't make you a bad person. This is a message that maybe some people need to hear, and they're like, oh my gosh. So I have had to work really hard on breaking some patterns because of the way I was raised, and so we just have it all out in the open now. My kids and I've pointed out, I've taught them about narcissism, and we point it out at each other, and now we stop each other and we catch each other. It didn't come naturally. There's some of this stuff is taught. And sometimes people, I don't know. I just love you guys. I don't want you to know that. Look at that. I just said taught. How about that? It's crazy, isn't it? Tarot blows my mind. Just freaking said taught. Okay, so this is exactly going to wrap up exactly what I'm saying. So on a light attribute, the teacher, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. On the shadow attribute, manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is exactly what I just went on a little tangent on. Wow. So this has a lot to do with somebody being taught or somebody learning toxic traits. I'm sure we all have some of that, right? Let me see what this says. Wow. It like gave me major chills. It just literally said, I don't know why I never get used to it. Tarot blows my mind every time. I never get used to it. Well, not every time. I wish every time was so good. Let's see. How am I supposed to find? Oh, it's in alphabetical. Shadow teacher manifests as a desire to manipulate or abuse students, to be more concerned with recognition than with imparting knowledge, or to teach negative traits and destructive skills. So everybody, when we see readings like this, we just gotta do a self-check. Am I displaying any of these traits? If I am now, I can, or if I don't know, I can watch for it. I can grow from this. Or it's knowledge of how to recognize if this is happening to you. I think to some degree it's happened to all of us, or we're all becoming aware. Ask yourself if others look to you as a teacher in any situation to impart the richness of your experience or to show them the ropes. Wow. So this is definitely somebody who feels like their way needs to be respected and admired. Okay, let's see. What else? Wow, wow, wow. You know what really kind of sucks is videos like this don't do that well, even though they're so freaking valuable. So if you guys are enjoying this and still with me, will you please do me a favor, hit thumbs up. Make sure when you look at that you're subscribed to my channel, you tap the bell, and then make sure that all is selected instead of personalized, because so many, my channel is really struggling because people aren't getting notifications. I don't even know how to title this, but total chills on that. This is like wraps up everything. Anyway, okay, so Prince, romantic charm and potential for power. Oh my gosh, again, yeah, this is exactly what this is. Oh, you guys, okay. It says shadow attribute. So this is the high side and the light and the dark side of this personality or this situation. The light attribute is the romantic charm and potential for power, but the shadow attribute is using power for self and aggrandizement. That's like grandiosity. So look, it's like there's flowers. I give, but I do that because I want to be worshipped in return. Wow. Crazy, crazy. Okay, so for you and your sweet, wonderful self, let's pull a card, another card. And then we will wrap it up. Whoops. I trust the process of life. Look at the seeds. There is a rhythm and flow to life, and I am part of it. Life supports me and brings me to only good and positive experiences. I trust the process of life to bring me my highest good. Beautiful. Let's get one more. And then I'm going to let the camera, just in case we do this as a premiere, I'm going to leave the camera on just for a couple minutes so that, maybe I'll try and get a thumbnail, but leave the camera on a few minutes so that you guys can continue to talk or wrap up and chat. And for anybody who's moderating, if there's any moderators, thank you so much. Appreciate your overseeing the chat room and deleting, any cuss words or negative, disrespectful comments. So anyway, I now go beyond other people's Fears and limitations. I love this, especially with this. Look, lots of pretty flowers. It is my mind that creates my experiences. I am unlimited in my own ability to create the good in my life. So if somebody has been making you feel limited, this is like, there's a big element of debunking stuff here, you know. It's just beautiful. Beautiful reading. All right, I'm going to let the clock run just another minute or so that you guys can chat or wrap up and chat. And what else? I love you guys. Let's manifest in the comments. I will go through all the comments and thumbs up and try to add some extra energy. I love when you guys support each other in the comments and are kind and respectful to each other's situations and point of views. I love that. And then also, if you need to rant or just get something off your chest, sometimes it helps just to put it in writing because it makes it clear. You have to make sense of it when it's all jumbled up in your mind. So if you want to rant in the comments, but you don't want to bring others down, you can put rant at the very beginning. And or you don't have to put rant, and then see if, other people come in and have some, support for you or some, input. The other thing is I love to see where all the prayers are reaching. So if you guys, want to put your intentions and manifestations in the comment, that's great. Or you can just say hi and where you're watching from, because I love to connect all the dots on that. All right. Oh, you can see my shadow. Hello. All right, Aries, love you guys. I will see you soon. We're going to do Taurus next, okay, because I felt Taurus so strong on this. Okay, love you. Bye, Aries.